Hey guys, it's Silver Snorlax, and I'm back today with PSA Returns round 25. This round is a smallish round. Again, we're seeing a lot of small rounds this summer. This is somewhere between 35 and 40 cards, if I remember correctly, but I do have 8 different users, and I have 8 different users who are not all YouTube related. I'm actually being contacted by a lot of the folks outside the YouTube community, which is fine. I welcome everybody. Everybody's welcome to send cards with me. So cool stuff there. I actually received this round back about a week ago, and unfortunately have not been able to upload for the past week. So big thank you to everybody who's been patient thus far. My work life has been just insane. I've had like 15-day work weeks and 12-day work weeks and such, and it's driving me a little bit up the wall. But finally got a chance to sit here and upload and look at some really cool cards, quite frankly. As usual, we got good stuff. We always get good stuff through this channel, and I'm happy to say that that is definitely the case today. So why am I waiting around? Why don't we just go ahead and jump straight into it? We're going to start off with cards from Charmaster, who sent with me a couple times before. I'm actually going to do these in a different order. We're going to look at one of my favorites first. I'm going to look at, this is first edition Charizard, the Shadowless version. This one came back as Near Mint 7. And I'm seeing a lot of base set Charizard come through me these days, either the Shadowless or the first edition. I'm seeing a number of them, actually. I know last round I had several Shadowless versions come through me. So that tells me the market on these has probably dropped some. I know the PSA graded card market has dropped a little bit this past summer, which tells me raw cards probably dropped a little bit as well. That's just fine. My guess is there's more buying these days, so that's why we're seeing so many. So that's pretty cool. Next up, another very popular Charizard card. This is the Skybridge version. This one came back Near Mint 8.5. Beautiful card. Heavily sought after. Wonderful sheen and sparkle to it. The whole card has a really nice gloss to it, actually. Cool card there. And last card from him was the Daisuke Club promo, 5,200 points. So these are incredibly popular as well. There's a money card for you, especially graded as a 10. That's definitely a money card for you. So very cool. Alright, next up, we'll take a look at Head Charizard TCG. He sent some cool cards as well. Take a look at the first card he sent here. He had a very good return, if I remember correctly. He got a Garchomp from Thunder Knuckle graded. I came back as a Gem Mint 10. It's a very nice secret rare card. And I'm going to mispronounce the name on this one, but it is Xerasic, something like that. Anytime it starts with an X, I'm not going to pronounce it right. The exception of maybe Xerneas, but aside from that, I question myself a little bit, but it's a nice full art. That one came back as a 10 as well. Fossil Researcher, first Gem Mint 10. I said first edition, I don't know why. Most Japanese cards are first edition cards. It's actually a lot harder to find them unlimited than it is to find them first edition. Mega Aggron EX. Just the full art version here as well. Came back as a Gem Mint 10. And last one, the only one he had graded a 9. This is Shaman EX from Emerald Break, the first edition. So, why grade a 9? This is a question I was actually asked by Head Charizard TCG. What made this one separate from all the other ones? 9 out of 10 times, what I look for on a card that comes back graded that I think or should have been graded higher is some kind of superficial damage I may have missed in my initial kind of look through and screening. A lot of times it's something on the corners, a lot of times it's something on an edge, something to that degree. A lot of times, at least in my own opinion, I find PSA is very forgiving on the centering most of the time. A lot of times that's the last thing I will look at. But in this case, this is actually what the issue was, why the card got dropped down a grade. You can see on the left-hand side, I'll try and shine that in the light, you can see how the left border looks compared to the right-hand border. That's a much thicker border. So that's why you're seeing the drop in a grade. But all things to consider, always look for superficial damage on cards, always look for centering. If you have access to a black light, check for staining, especially if it's like a waxier card or something like generally Topps in particular, anything Pokemon related that they ever made had kind of a waxier film on it. Stuff to that degree. But in this case it was centering. So just so you guys know, something to help you if you're trying to select cards to have graded and you're not sure what to look for. Those are all things to look for. It's just your corners, edges, centering, and of course guys, don't forget 50% of the card, the back side of the card. That's another big one a lot of people miss. Alright, moving on. This is the Trading Carder. It's a number of cool cards. First one he sent that I thought was really cool was Pop Series 1 Tyranitar EX. It's not holographic or anything by any means, but it got a Gem Mint 10, which is really cool. So that's pretty sweet. And then he sent me sports cards in the past before, and he sent more of those as well. This is Brett Favre Stadium Club. He sent 2 of those. They both received Mint 9s. Take a quick look at the back here. Kind of why I like sports cards is they actually have a backside that's cool. It's a little tough for me to read even through the camera, but if you guys want to pause that and read that, you're more than welcome to. Logo in the corner there. There we go. So I always tell this to anybody who's interested or wondering, you know, do I grade stuff other than Pokemon? The answer is always yes. Sometimes I just need more information on a particular card, but I've graded Pokemon, sports cards, obviously, Yu-Gi-Oh!, a plethora of different things. If you guys are ever interested and have something that you might want to see graded, let me know. I'll see if there's anything I can do. A lot of times there is. So, moving on, this set of cards is from Joseph, and I'm seeing a lot of, I believe I said this at the beginning of the video, I'm getting cards from outside of the YouTube community, which is pretty cool. So this is one of the gents who wanted to send some of his cards as well. Take a look at his. First one we have is a Aqua's Kyogre EX. Team Aqua's Kyogre EX, I should say. This card's incredibly popular. I'm seeing a lot of this coming through me these days. That and the Groudon version as well. So this is the English version. This one, kind of an odd grade on it, near mint 7.5. I don't see a lot of half grades. Tells me the people who were grading were very borderline as far as to what the actual grade should be. But the reason this one's getting a 7.5 is due to the condition on the corners. They're a little more shredded than your traditional 9 and 8. That said, the card itself, beautiful, love it. Fantastic artwork on it. Again, this is a big card for people who are collecting and having them graded as well. So that's a cool card. Winona, I believe that's how it's pronounced, from Emerald Break. Came back as a mint 9. It's the Japanese version. Megalatios EX, which I'm a big fan of. That's a very nice card. Lots of purple and blue in it, so they contrast well together. Pink in there. I mean, there's a lot going on with that card. So Megalatios is pretty cool. Again, that's a mint 9. And last card was a Thundurus EX. Again, full art version. Came back as a near mint 8. Alright guys, that's going to do it for part 1. I'll have part 2 coming up first thing tomorrow, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Be back soon.